I just wanted to take a little bit of time to be honest and show you a few ways that I could have done better on this most recent shoot that I had with a client of mine when we did this case study video. So first things, I wish I would have allotted more time to set up and tear down. We got there about an hour and a half before we were gonna hit record and start rolling on this interview, but I wish I would have had at least 30 more minutes, so like 2 hours to set up, because I really didn't have a great idea of what the room was gonna feel like, and there's a lot of things that I could have tweaked a little bit more if I had some more time. And then I wish I had more time to tear down, because right after this we had another shoot set up, still in the same general area, but it was in a different building, so we had to tear everything down, roll it over to this new building and get set up again, and we were just late, so we didn't have much time to really dial in that set. So yeah, I wish I would have planned for more time on the front end and on the back end. I chose this location really because I'd filmed there before, so I knew a little bit what to expect, but I knew that it was more of a blank canvas, and I knew that these chairs were already there, and I knew that I wanted to use these chairs specifically. I liked the chairs, but it turned out to just be a little too simple. It was just a little bit boring, just with the plain walls. I really wish that I had time and I would have thought through bringing in some set decoration, like a coffee table and some plants. And I actually, excuse my terrible Photoshop skills, but I photoshopped in like a couple of plants. So you can see a plant over here behind me on the right, and a plant over here on the left, and then a coffee table in the middle, just to give some sort of visual interest besides just us and a blank wall behind. I even photoshopped a little bit of the sides. So just to give some sort of visual interest on this side of the frame, to where it wasn't just a blank wall. Same on the other side. Have that tree, some sort of plant over here to break up just this empty space. The other thing that I would have done would be to set up some sort of flag or diffusion for the backlight on myself and the person I was interviewing. I fixed a little bit of it in post-production with the grading, but the backlight on the chair, and especially on his hair and his face, was just too bright in relation to like the dark side of his face. And so I would have in this section just thrown up like a small like 1x1 or 2x2 diffusion, just to knock down the level of that light a little bit, since we were using only 2 lights, and those were functioning as the key and the backlight for each person. So I would have taken the time to set up another piece of diffusion to be able to cut that down and really get the backlight ratio dialed in exactly where I wanted it to be. Another thing that I would have done differently with the lighting is there's just not a lot of contrast on his face. It's really flat. Now it's flattering, it looks good, but I just wish that there was a little bit more contrast between the key side and the far side, the dark side of his face. And the way that I would have done this is I would have put up some negative fill. The negative fill is just black fabric that you can hang up, and it just kind of soaks up the light from that side. So that would have given a lot more shape to the face. This side of the face would have been a lot darker. Another thing that I wish I would have done was set up the 2 bead cameras on sliders. Now I have an automatic slider from Edelkrone, and you can set just an A point and a B point, and it will loop back and forth, and you don't even have to think about it. But that as well would have added a lot of visual interest, just a very slow movement, pan left to right to get some parallax of the background in the back with the tree. And, you know, we did set up another light on this background that was a warmer color to try and give a little bit of color separation, and that helped a lot. Adding in the tree, adding in a slider to give some movement, to create some parallax, really would have made these B camera shots really pop. Yeah, just gotta be honest. Every shoot that I go on, I try and do the best that I can, but it's never perfect. I strive for perfection, but there's always opportunity to learn, to grow, and to get better for the next time. So, thanks for watching.